It's that time again.
With online reviews more popular than ever...
Yes! Oh my God, this is perfect.
Customers have the power to make or break a product.
Looks like a bib.
In this series, we'll meet the best of Britain's entrepreneurs and put their precious products to the ultimate test. The customer test.
I am so excited to see what our customers have to say.
Oh yes, that's sending some interesting vibrations through my nose.
We've gathered customers from all over the country who will unbox, test and score our entrepreneurs' products.
Is 10 being high, 1 being low?
Well, I gather that.
And there are no limits to the lengths they'll go.
Oh my God.
To put them through their paces.
Welcome to the downstairs lab. Looks good so far.
But it's not just money invested into these products. So how will the entrepreneurs take our customers' feedback?
I know how much this actually really does mean to you.
I don't even feel anything else but fear.
This isn't going to clean your eye makeup.
I wouldn't have thought anybody would use a brush on their eye. Oh my goodness.
And because the customer is always right, it will be their scores that decide the winning product.
0 to 10 for me. 10.
Down to 10. Let's see what happens. Stay tuned.
And a back exerciser that promises to soothe your aches away.
Your back already feels a little bit looser and you actually feel slightly taller, which is great for me.
The moment's arrived. Our anxious inventors must face the music.
Hi guys.
Hi Lucy. Hi Lucy, nice to meet you.
Tartan David and Blue
Hi, Lucy.
David. Lovely to meet you all. Now I've got in here all the customer reviews of your products.
Ooh.
Last up and looking to take the top spot in the contest is David Pegg. David's invention is a support to stretch your back, which he hopes is a drug-free solution for back pain.
My background was originally engineering and then got the germ of an idea for LumbaCurve and that's been my life for the last 8 years or so.
And that germ of an idea all began as David was trying to help his old school friend Kevin, who was always moaning about his bad back.
Kevin was a trained acupuncturist and what he was doing was trying to create a shape for himself that would actually provide him with relief for his own back pain.
So in stepped David, who used his engineering knowledge to create a prototype model to ease Kevin's pain. Although what David put him through to make the model was painful enough.
I needed to take the cast from his neck down to halfway down his buttocks. This was the original cast from Kevin's back, which was taken in broad daylight in front of his window, completely naked in front of the passers-by. What we had to do then was take this off his back, and nobody had told me about things like barrier creams or gauzes, and of course he's got a quite hairy back. All the hair has been removed now for not to offend anybody, should we say.
While Kevin recovered his dignity, David got to work and the LumbaCurve was born, as demonstrated by the man himself. Jane Fonda wasn't available.
What you're looking to do is to actually position into where the ridge actually sits at the top of your, what I would term your buttock crack. What you're doing now is what I'd describe as a passive gravity-assisted stretch. And here what you're simulating is what a physiotherapist would do. He's actually looking to stretch your spine to pull everything apart to relieve pressure on the nerves. And one of the things that you'll notice on this is your back already feels a little bit looser and you actually feel slightly taller, which is great for me.
It's taken him 8 years to develop, but David believes he's created something unlike any other product on the market.
It's probably one of the only products of this nature on the market that's actually been clinically tested and demonstrated to provide pain relief. It's non-invasive. It's drug-free, which is a major issue these days with, say, overprescription of things like opioids. It's also very portable, so you can pop this into your bag. It's ideal.
David has thrown everything into this. He's even invested a £70,000 redundancy payment to fund his clinical trials, which has now left him with very little to market his product.
What I'm doing now is a little bit of Facebook, a little bit of Twitter, and I'm probably about 30 years too old to understand that market.
David also needs to find the money up front to manufacture the product to sell in the UK.
Ultimately, what I want to do is make it a commercial success, and I can see it achieving that. Effectively, it's going to be my pension plan.
David, it's always difficult being last, having watched your fellow entrepreneurs' customer reviews. How are you feeling now?
Very excited, but at the same time very nervous.
So what does this mean to you today, to be here and to have the reviews?
Something like this is fantastic simply because of the exposure.
OK, well, it's rather exciting, and let's hope you get a lot more from the reviews today.
So will the customers find David's back support spine-tingling?
Well, it's a shoebox, I think, or... Yeah, some sort of shoebox.
Experience a whole new kind of drug-free pain relief.
Or if you've got some sort of discomfort into back trouble, I would think.
No.
Yes.
I've got a weak back. I'm going to the physiotherapist.
That's the device. LumbaCurve. I do suffer with sciatica, I do have lower back pain. I do slouch, so it would help my posture. Not keen on colour. But I don't suppose it matters what colour it is if it works.
It says it's a non-invasive. That means it doesn't go inside you, doesn't it?
I should hope not.
Portable device which provides lower back pain relief for the customer. Please read instructions carefully before use in big, bold capitals. So
we will do.
We will, and I'll be lying down and rolling on it very shortly. So, legs up. Logo forward.
Because it's really important that you do this correctly.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's almost a trial and error getting it into the right position where it feels comfortable.
Where it goes into that hollow of your back.
It's quite hard to know exactly.
It's like the end of you. It's like where your back meets your bottom, I think.
Oh, that's... Oh, yeah. That might be it. Right. And then... So do a rocking motion.
Rocking motion backwards and forwards with your legs.
So, what you need to do now is, with the rocking back and forth motion slowly, slowly, you need to build up to that. I think I'm starting to, it's not as uncomfortable.
Good bit of hip action.
Good bit of hip action. Don't know whether we should be watching this.
Deep breath, hold for 2 seconds, exhale, and that's it, and then you stretch.
Very Pilates type movements.
Isn't it?
Very much so. That's the Hanga yogic stretch that she's doing now.
Out and your other arm as well, okay? And you're stretching out. How does that feel?
Yeah, quite nice.
Feel that? I've got my technique right. It's a nice discomfort, but it feels like it's working. I can feel the stretch in it. I've just been doing a bit, and it's been it's getting a bit easier, and
good.
I'm feeling a bit of a benefit.
Yay.
So that's brilliant.
On with it. You do kind of have to get used to it and work your way into it, and the more you do, the more comfortable I guess that you find. I feel like it's done me some good. As I say, as I was going along, I could feel my back feeling a bit less weak, a little bit more strong, a little bit more movement. Didn't seem to be aching as quickly. Nicely packaged. The DVD shows the exercises.
Yeah.
So overall, I'm quite impressed.
OK, so a few of them mentioned it wasn't comfortable to lay on. Was that because they weren't doing it right?
Yeah, what you need to do is focus on reading the instructions beforehand. Really watching and understanding the DVD.
Yeah.
But it's a learning curve for me in terms of and need to expand on the instructions.
When they discover the price, will the customers find it too much of a stretch?
Oh, it's not that bad.
$49.99.
Bargain.
$49.99.
But I thought it might have been more than that, actually. So price-wise, I think it's probably not out of the way.
£50, a lot cheaper than seeing a physician.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
might treat myself.
Mixed bag.
One visit to a physio or a chiro will cost you a lot more than that in
Yeah,
central
definitely.
London. So what we say to people is try it for 30 days, and if it doesn't work for you, then send it back for a full refund.
Fantastic.
It really made me cringe watching some of the people use LumbaCurve incorrectly, who clearly weren't following the instructions.
That was a tough watch for David. A number of our customers did actually have back pain, and they were very mixed with their reviews. User error or not enough information on how to use the product? It's going to be really interesting seeing the scores for this one.
Right, so I would say that I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
10 out of 10. You're the professionals, I'm not. I can't create anything, so well done. I might knock it down to 9 because I don't like that colour.
Yeah, no, I've found the benefit of it. I'm going to give it an 8.
Solid 8 then.
Solid 8.
Solid 8.
Yeah. Robust.
Robust 8.